So shelf life testing can have a variety of goals, from trying to stretch out your shelf life, maybe make your product last a little longer, to just getting a better understanding of what your product is like and how it ages. And in any situation, it overall gives you a much greater understanding of what your product is and how it changes at both a chemical level, an analytical level, and even on a sensory level, from stuff like taste and smell.
The type of client that should be doing shelf life studies could be anywhere along the food supply chain. This could be a manufacturer, a co-manufacturer, an ingredient supplier, an importer or an exporter, or even a retailer. Some of the common parameters that we assay for shelf life at Midwest Laboratories include oxidation parameters such as peroxide values and pianisidine. We look at pH, water activity. We also look at pathogens of concern, yeast and mold, anaerobic plate count, aerobic plate count, and of course sensory analysis. We recently trained 20 of our Midwest Laboratories staff to be sensory panelists. This allows us to use some of the most sensitive instruments known to science, notably our mouths, our nose, our eyes, and our ears. Can you imagine trying to run equipment that could do the same thing that our senses can do? This allows us to have statistics to determine end of shelf life based on sensory analysis. The most common misconception about shelf life is that accelerated shelf life is adequate to determine the end of shelf life. In reality, both ambient and accelerated shelf life should be run in tandem. Accelerated shelf life does not take into account certain parameters. The equations are based only on temperature. It does not take into account oxidation, light, or humidity. If a food producer is not determining shelf life, they risk losing customers. It only takes one bad experience with a brand for a customer to lose their trust with that brand. A new prospective client should know that the biggest input into shelf life is not money, but time. You don't want to come to the end of your shelf life study and say, oh, I wish I had measured this, and then I would have more information. Make sure that you have all the parameters you need initially, and you'll be happy at the end of the study.